just look at these hoes like y'all still reaching. Yeah, and I admit that maybe I give them a reason. Yeah, they always screaming next year gon' be their season. Nah, and if you really knew the bitches that you look up to, them hoes faker than the silicone in these boots. Man, fuck a red carpet, give me my just due. Cause my numbers don't lie, but the industry do. Spending so much time talking crazy about some of y'all hoes don't know shit about living out your life on the internet, while I spend my time getting to the talk you got about me, how you feel about me. Look at me in his eyes, ask him why I'm fly. Talk you got about me, how you feel inside.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It is radio show, and it's my birthday weekend, guys. So
How old are you now?
12. I'm 12 years old.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, so okay. So it's me, Kills, and then we have
I'm B Anomaly.
I'm Mike G. I'm Michael.
Michael. You are so great at what you do when you come and supported us. So you're here now, and we want to talk to you. So
What are we talking to him about?
I don't know.
Welcome to the
Mike,
Outland and Safe Show.
Like,
I am
what
your host,
happened?
Mike.
Making me
nervous.
Please.
This
Mike,
is our
talk.
new host, Michael.
I had drinks.
Hey, everybody. Michael's a
had
fan
drinks.
favorite.
my birthday.
Everybody enjoyed him, his shade, his reads. This is my little brother.
I don't try to be shady.
Although he gets on my nerves, he's learning from the Shade Master.
Shade Master.
Lies.
So yeah, tonight we have the Men of Onyx back, who's another fan favorite.
Some new men around him.
Some new men and one familiar face. Yeah,
Yes.
he came before. Tonight's topic: friendship beyond friends. But before we get into the topic, how was everyone's week? Because we wasn't at the last show,
Right, you guys missed that.
but we had an action-packed week.
Y'all week looked fun. I saw it.
Week or weekend?
It looked fun, but it was business.
No, I know, but it still looked fun.
It was
Like
business.
I saw, it was cool. Like y'all like seemed like you did the
You anything?
Are you sipping?
Yes. I want my drink.
But no, what you were saying?
No. So one of the guests that we had on, his name is Larry Harris. He had his show that debuted this week, and it's called Chapter 2, and they did a great job. Like they had their viewing show, and that's why they weren't able to
Attend this show last
yes,
week.
because they were at the viewing show.
And Larry and the cast will be here again Friday, actually.
Yeah.
The 15th.
So from what I watched from the show, it's like awesome. Like I'm so proud of Larry and Leonard. Like they're doing their thing. Like they're giving us everything that we need to see. So look out for that.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe. Also,
Woo. Well,
What's
wrong?
next?
Okay.
it was too long. I was talking too long.
We have a caller already. That's what's up. Let's see who it is.
We popular.
But yeah, the Chapter 2 series is amazing. Chapter 2 series is amazing. I'm so proud of Larry because I remember when it was just a thought before the words even hit the paper, and then he made the script and then had casting calls, and I didn't have to audition, you know.
And he's actually nice. I just want to say
All
that.
my
really
friends are
Like,
nice.
you know, like some people do that thing and
All
they
my
like,
friends
they
are
get
nice.
like a big head and like,
I don't hang around those
I'm
type
not
of people,
doing that.
though.
I don't talk to those type of, but he's real cool.
My whole
I don't
thing
talk
was
to those type of
like when they came on the show, everybody that was in that whole crew was very welcoming,
Yeah, they all nice.
and they were very nice, and they had. It was great. It was great. I was glad to meet
So how was you guys' week?
My week
And we're
was
gonna
pretty
talk
good.
about that show,
Which one?
Friday show,
Oh,
because
this
I'm
is-
very upset with them because they had 2 people on this show. We'll talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about it as soon as y'all
everyone's
finish.
Everyone's week. Go ahead.
Yeah, everyone's week.
My week was pretty good for the most part. Yeah, it was. Despite some,
You spent it with your boo?
no,
With your
I
boo, with
didn't.
your bae, with
I
your
didn't.
boo, with your bae.
Despite work, but
Right.
it was a very, very
Fun.
interesting experience. You know, it's no fun to be working and you getting bit all up at work. Yeah, it's no fun. So despite that, it was pretty.
Wait,
cool.
what you say? You got bit at work?
Yeah,
What you mean?
bit, bite, insects.
Y'all got insects at work? What you do?
Yeah.
You work in the office?
Yes, I do.
You get workers' comp?
No.
Can you comp
No.
that?
Yes.
No.
Hit us.
No.
Why you got
isn't the
bed
building
bugs?
shut down and fumigated?
Yeah,
That's a question
that's a claim
you
you can
know.
make. I'm just saying.
Because your leg was pretty.
Is this my last name?
It was horrible, wasn't it?
Your
I didn't
leg
see
was
your
pretty.
leg.
It was
Your leg
horrible.
was horrible.
Yeah. You know, yeah. But they need to do something. ASAP.
How was your week, Mr. Rowe?
My week was very confusing. Not confusing, more of a stressful week because it's my birthday coming up, which is so close on my face. But yeah, my birthday is gonna be on Sunday, so it's very hard for me to plan stuff when it comes to my birthday. Like whenever it comes to my birthday, I always say I don't really care. But
Kellen.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm getting lost.
Go
What's
ahead,
up,
go
boo?
ahead, go
Talk
ahead.
to us, honey.
Talk to me.
Talk to us, honey. You explain
My,
your week.
anyway, my week was
What's the
great.
question?
I didn't have to work
Okay,
on
yeah.
Wednesday. I didn't have to work
Skipping.
today. I worked like 2 hours on what's today? Friday. I worked 2 hours yesterday because we in the office we all went go karting, and we drove out to Ashburn and went to a place called Autobahn, and they have one in I know they have one in Manassas and they have one in Ashburn. I'm sure other ones too, but them little electric go karts go like 50 miles an hour. So I was doing my thing.
Your hair was
whatever.
blowing in the wind.
No, you
Yeah,
have
I
to wear
know,
a
but-
helmet and a headstock and all that. Black people hair.
He might not have had a ponytail that day.
He always wears it.
I had to take it out
Thank
That's what
you.
I'm saying.
because you got to wear like a headstock and a
You seen
helmet.
him without the ponytail?
No, but I mean, you can't make that.
Have you seen it without the ponytail?
I have. We're friends.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question.
Anyway, so let's talk about the show on Friday. Let's get to it since they want to be hyped. You had Shaquita Lee on the show and Antoine Poe, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great, 2 of the greatest guests you can possibly have for one of the best shows with the highest views we can possibly have had. We have Miss Shaquita Lee here. Miss Shaquita Lee wanted to spill tea. Where they're not playing a safe show, right? You guys didn't get no tea. She talked about sleeping with married men. She talked about the attitudes and the arrogance from the contestants on RuPaul's Drag Race. And you guys didn't dig in that at all.
Can I say something?
Of course.
Everybody in a talk show has a part. And your part is the one who gets in. And
If you're sitting here as the journalist and you have a guest, you automatically go into that role of digging into her information.
Tamara Mowry don't do that.
But she's rich, you're not. Anyway.
I don't have to be rich.
Right, but you should be
But
spontaneous,
what I'm
have
trying to tell
personality.
you-
It was boring. You were boring.
Okay, I was
She
boring.
sat here and said she sleep with married men for money. She do this, she do that. Y'all should have dug in that. She wanted to spill tea. She wanted to kiki. Y'all didn't even kiki with the lady. Why have her here? Why?
Well, I
You
come to the
couldn't-
defense.
why?
Well, when it got to the
Well,
mall, she didn't want to.
That's when you were supposed to come and be on the show.
I'm here now,
Okay,
and
Talk
we'll
to
be
her.
here even if you're not.
yeah, that's fine.
Catch the tea.
Fine.
So yeah, you should have
Well, anyway, I'm
But
not
no, I
just
did.
saying-
I
we
did.
just wanted
but she
y'all to
just
ask
didn't
more
want
questions.
to.
yeah, you should have like
Just divulge
be
names.
nosy.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. But like, I'm not a mean person.
that's
so I
not
don't-
mean. How is it mean
is,
kikiing
is.
with
The
your
way you do
girlfriend?
stuff,
Kikiing
that's
with your
me.
girlfriend.
So, I'm not a mean person. Like you dig in people.
That's the
Right.
purpose of the show of having the
be dirty.
legendary drag queen
To be
here
dirty.
who said, "Oh,
To
I
be
sleep with
dirty.
married men for money."
Mhm.
To be
If that
dirty.
was your good girlfriend, you'd be like, "Oh, bitch, for real, put me on," or how you do this,
Right,
how you
right.
do that.
Things then.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll do 30 things in like 10.
Do something.
Okay.
Do something.
I am.
Okay.
doing
Nothing
that.
was done.
Okay.
The views were at zero.
Anna, you wasn't even here, so. What?
And I'm glad.
Guys,
I'm
let's
glad.
let's
If you
reel
would've
it
It
been
was
back.
so boring.
If
Let's
you
reel
would
it
have
back.
been
Child,
here,
you're
then you
boring
coulda
me.
talked
You're
it.
boring
You
me.
coulda
Let's
talked
You're
it,
boring
and we
me.
could have all worked
You're
reel it back
together
in.
as a crew.
You're
Let's reel it
boring
back
me.
in.
And that's the problem. You always want it as a group. Stand on your own. Hold your own. That interview should have popped the fuck off when she went off talking about sleeping with married men.
Okay, so.
And then
But
you
she
showing
wasn't
a footage of
here.
someone's skit, and you show the entire skit. Had your best friend call, and the
I
shit
didn't
all
have him. I
confused.
didn't have him.
Like it was a mess.
I didn't have him.
The
call.
skit should have been 30 seconds, and you should have told
Okay,
them where they
but
could have
that
went to
wasn't my
watch the
fault
It
either,
was. You were in
because-
control of the
How?
phone.
How?
You were in control of the
When-
phone.
Okay.
You were in
Brian,
control of the
Brian,
phone.
Brian,
We're gonna reel
didn't
it back into the show.
you say that we were gonna have a 5-minute break when we were gonna show? Because I still have the
Well,
tag.
yes, but
I still have the text.
okay, I did, and
Keeps
I
all
will
the
admit.
receipts.
But at the
Keeps
end
all
of the
of
day, before this
whole
confusion,
thing
because
is-
listen to me, hold on.
No, because okay, go ahead.
Listen, before there were technical difficulties. That's
Okay.
why I said we would show that. Once we couldn't get shit going,
Okay.
it should have just been audio.
That's fine, but we can't do audio if we tell.
Why can't
the
we do audio? We
viewers-
just play the song.
if we
How is
tell-
that not doing audio?
How you gonna do audio if it's a
You
video
say,
of
I
somebody showing
apologize,
something?
we're having technical
Don't nobody want to
difficulties,
see.
and you play
somebody-
the audio. Well, that's your
It
opinion.
wouldn't have worked though.
That's your opinion.
You thought
Okay.
it would have worked if we
Instead
would've
of holding
played-
a phone, Kellen, why wouldn't it have worked?
So then, why didn't you say, Kellen, don't use the phone?
What was Kellen brain in the situation?
What do you mean? Was I bringing?
What was your brain in the situation?
I felt that we couldn't show it on the screen. The engineer said that we couldn't play it. So me thinking, I just told the viewers that when we come back, we're gonna show you a video of this. So then when we come back, I'm like, oops, never mind. We didn't show no video.
I mean, well, you don't
Okay,
have
well
to-
here's my whole thing. The video showing was fine. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
But showing the entire 5-minute thing, show 30 seconds of it. Show 30 seconds of it. Both of you guys have to take accountability for it.
Of
Show
course,
30,
absolutely.
show
I
30
will.
seconds of it.
But
Like you
let
can go to his
you
page and see the
know-
rest of the footage.
Let
Right,
you
I agree.
know, if somebody would have told me, let's just show 30 seconds.
Why
of
does
the
somebody always
video.
have to tell you something
Yes.
that's common sense?
Why? Because it's a fucking group situation.
But you have your
working as
own
a
brain,
group.
stand on your own. What if we're not here and you have to run the show by
But I'm
yourself?
not going to.
Yeah, you're damn
You
sure
won't.
right, because when nobody tune in.
Exactly.
Snooze fest.
Yours too.
Shit, snooze fest all
Yours
day.
too, 'cause then I'm
You're the
gonna
main one they
be
saying fire
talking
from the
about
show.
Guys.
Your stuff.
Let's get back.
Shit,
And
I'm
not everybody
I'm
else's
Michael
stuff.
G. Rickens.
Okay.
Google me, purchase my product. You still ain't put a cooking show out. I know you cook every day.
Sure haven't. I sure haven't.
Cook it with
I
hands.
sure haven't.
What?
I sure haven't.
We what? We talking.
No.
we good. We good.
We
good.
talking.
We are so good.
Next topic.
It's the greatest talk that I've
Friendship
ever had.
beyond friends. Calling our friends and brothers sisters, which I'm glad we're talking about because you can get a better understanding of what we mean by this.
Okay, can I just lay this out?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is where this conversation came from. He told me, it was either he was talking to me about it or I was telling him about someone else who
him?
said it. Yeah, him. Like,
Okay.
so him and like 98% of people do it, but you say like, oh yeah, that's my brother, that's my sister, or whatever. But we were talking about Justin. That's what we were talking about, just Justin. But and they're like, and I was just saying, me personally, I don't call like my really good friends like my brother or sister, whatever. But I didn't say that it was like, oh, that's stupid. Like, I don't know why people do that shit. Like, I personally just don't do that. That's just me. Like, but I totally understand because I'm not close to my family anyway. So I totally understand having family that's not blood family. You know what I'm saying? But that's just I just don't call them.
That's what I told him before when we were here, me and him. I said he wasn't.
I was just saying.
He was just asking if it was blood.
Yeah, that's all I was asking.
Or brother, or not, and it wasn't like nothing to like come in the situation.
No, I wasn't being shady.
He just wanted to know if it was your real brother or nothing.
I was just like, so blood brother. Or...
So it wasn't nothing.
No, it wasn't no shade. I swear, it was not no shade.
Okay. But so you didn't.
So did you understand when I had put it in text?
Yeah, like
okay.
I
so you
understood
comprehend
it.
what was text.
Yeah.
So you don't have a problem comprehending what's text.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. I'm not involved in that shade. I'm just
some
saying.
people don't read to comprehend. They read. To
No,
just,
but I totally understand like having your family outside of your blood family.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just personally.
But I'm your brother. I'm your brother.
Do you have people that like question for you? Because if y'all didn't know, like this is a new member. Because we didn't even broadcast it. Like we have a new member of this. I mean, the Not Playing It Safe radio show. So.
Go ahead.
Question. Do people tell you to say stuff?
Oh Lord.
Do people tell you to say stuff?
Do people, or are you asking about me?
No.
Spit it out, honey. Let's be real, because I'm gonna be wrong with you.
This right now. No.
Do I tell you to say stuff? Because this insecure right here, honey. Did I tell you to say stuff?
It's not.
Do I tell you to say stuff?
Well, before I answer that question,
because a lot of people have a lot of things to say about you, and I take up for you, but they don't want to tell you. You don't have to. I stand my own.
Okay, but
I stand my. You can't take up for me when you're. Honey, get you together
everything
first.
that I've done for you.
Get you together first.
Out and done everything for you.
And you're sitting here because of me, right?
Okay, but.
And you're gonna be gone because of me. But answer the question.
So fine.
I will answer the question this way. I don't say things from what other people. I have a brain of my own. I say what I want to say.
Okay, that's fine.
There we go.
Do you feel like I say things because of other people?
You told me Mike told you to say certain things that you asked us questions about me and him.
Which were?
You did.
Which were?
Yeah, and I said it.
Which were?
Which were?
Which were?
Yeah. I told you that he told me
why he
to
wear
say
them
things,
clothes.
but I never say. I say what I want to say. Like
why he wear them clothes?
He did not tell me to say that.
He did tell you to say that, and then you said it recently in the text message.
By the way, I love you. I love you.
We're gonna dress up for a party.
I really do. I told him that.
Hold on, cause I'm lost with her, honey. Let's catch up.
We gotta move forward.
Cause you ain't talking about it. You moving slow.
But do you feel like I'm saying things that are like?
But the whole thing is that like I should have been more aware with the whole situation with myself when I felt like I could talk to y'all and tell y'all stuff, but
do you feel like
obviously like. So yeah.
So tell me why you asked me that question.
Tell me why I asked you the question of.
Tell me why you asked me. Do people tell me to say things to you?
That was a question that I wanted to ask you.
No, I'm just saying like, but what made you feel like I need to ask like?
Because you told me that she told you to say some stuff. That's why.
But did you feel like? I don't know. I'm trying to.
Last time you drove me home, you asked me that.
Like, do you feel like I'm like just being the scapegoat or something to say something?
No. I just feel like there's certain times when people tell you to say stuff and they're higher than you, so they're gonna tell you to say stuff, and you do it. Not saying you in personal.
Do you feel like that, Brian?
Of course. I'm not.
No, he actually. Did you feel like he
I guess Kellen is referring to the comment when you came on the show and how you were saying, I picture you in this. But
do you remember how you walked out and was pissed off?
I felt it was, and I did talk to you about it. I said I felt it was, you know, a little judgmental, but and that's why I told
And
you.
you didn't
Wait,
want
let me
what?
speak. Can you ask me a question and then you
I
want to
didn't
talk?
ask you a question. I asked him a question.
You did say Brian.
Okay. When we reminded that, I'm gonna say Brian. Okay, go ahead.
Oh God. Anywho, but and then I told you, I was like, well, you have not been to my social media page. You remember me saying that?
Yeah.
I was like, if you go to my social media page, you'll see the different types of whatever, and I left it alone. You know, but yeah, I did felt it was kind of like okay, because like I said, I talked to Mike about it. And he was like, he was not taking it. You know, he didn't mean it in that content. So
No.
yeah. So
So can I ask a question?
Yeah. It's me asking him.
So then why you keep saying that he don't need to be talking about his accomplishments and all that stuff?
did I say it to him?
No, you said it about him.
To Mike?
No, you didn't say it to him. You said it to me. That's what I'm trying to ask.
No. Let me clarify that incident. And we spoke on this. You remember this one? Because it was an incident where you two had said something at the end, and I texted you and said I felt a certain type of way. And you clarified that and said
it wasn't directed towards you. It was me speaking out about my accomplishments that I will brag about any platform.
But it
I
wasn't.
have,
You remember the conversation,
them.
though, right?
I accomplished them.
Right. You
Accomplished them.
Understand?
But you remember
them.
our conversation.
But why
Accomplished
would
them.
you say that to somebody?
You remember our?
Did I
Google
say
me.
it to you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Did I say it to you?
No.
It's on
Oh, okay.
video, so.
Okay.
Rewind the video.
Okay.
We can watch this.
All right.
But if y'all want, y'all can Google me, Michael G. Riggins. You can go to Amazon and buy my
And you
book,
can go to
Reflections of Me.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Looking at the Not Playing It Safe radio show.
So there you go.
can Rewind and go back to the beginning.
But
The
you
first
can
show.
Google
The
me.
first
I'm
show.
saying it now. You can Google
First
me
show.
and Michael G. Riggins. You can go to Amazon as well and buy my first book, Reflections of Me. That's under Michael G. Riggins. My new one will be out February 14th, The Circle of
Good.
Confusion. I'm on 2 episodes of the chapter 2 that's going to premiere next Thursday and the Thursday after that. And I'm on another show, Finding My Father, which is a docuseries that's coming. My
And
accomplishments.
I have read his book.
My accomplishment.
That first book was fire. Anybody who goes out and reads it, it will definitely. I won't give him say nothing bad about the book.
And I
'cause the book was
appreciate
good.
that. I appreciate
I
that.
read it and I definitely could relate to it, and it really showed me how I wanted to be in life. Like I was tired of everybody saying that I couldn't do things. So I read his after I read his book, I was able to realize that you can do it, and he did it. So I haven't read the second one yet, but I will be reading that one too.
So, we're going to take a 3-minute break, and we're going to come back, close this boy talk up, and come back with Onyx. We'll be right back.
Those lies, asking why, oh why, bet you wanna see the tears fall from my eyes. Ain't my doing, it ain't my fault. Talk to God. Talk to God. Why you mad with your ugly ass starting something? I slick my baby hairs down so I ain't stressing nothing. Always trying to make me be the girl that I used to be. I done did all them hoes you seen on TV with me. Throwing shots when you know your chin ain't strong. Standing taller than you bitches with no heels on. They make it hard when you do this at this level. I put in time to spend that million on that bezel. Spending so much time talking crazy about something y'all hoes don't know shit about. Living out your life on the internet while I spend my time getting to the check. You God about me, how you feel about me. Look at me in his eyes, ask him why I'm fly. Talk to God about me, how you feel inside. Let him confirm those lies. Ask him why when it ain't my fault. Talk to God. Let him confirm those lies. Actually, why I'm fly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. There would not be music if we weren't meant to dance. I know I'm a handful, that's why you got two hands. Wanna be gentle, wanna be strong, keeping me captive when it feels wrong, loving me deep, dangerously, taking me higher, higher than any drug. This is my brain on love. Wanna go up, I just can't get enough. This is my crutch, my pleasure and my pain. This is my brain on love. Oh, this is my brain on love. Ooh. We're running from something and running low on faith, and we won't have tomorrow if we don't live today. When I was lonely, you were my prayer. How can you be here if you're not there? Stay with me, please. Poisonously taking me higher, higher than any drug. This is my brain on love. Wanna go home, I just can't get enough. This is my crutch, my pleasure and my pain. This is my brain on love. Oh, my brain on love. Oh, and now I know, never really been in love before. Suddenly, there ain't no ground beneath my feet. Higher than any drug. This in my brain. Oh, love. Wanna go up, but I just can't get enough. My crutch, my pleasure, and my pain. This is my brain on love. Oh, yeah, my brain on love. Brain on love.
You know what would happen when we connect, right?
Rock Boy Beats.
I let you know you worthy. Hit Mac.
That nigga leg got the juice.
It's your birthday, baby, what you wanna do? Got some bitches, got some pretty bitches coming through. No, I said I never do it, but I guess I lied. Roll a L, fuck it, let's get high. It's your birthday, baby, what you wanna do? Got some bitches, got some pretty bitches coming through. No, I said I never do it, but I guess I lied. Roll a L, pour a drink, fuck it, let's get right. Ooh, put your phone out while you're here with me. Ooh, we gon' 12 way like 93. Ooh, body calling, about to bump and grind. and two, only for you. It's your birthday, baby, what you wanna do? Got some bitches, got some pretty bitches coming through. No, I said I never do it, but I guess I lied. Roll a L, fuck it, let's get high. It's your birthday, baby, what you wanna do? Got some bitches, got some pretty bitches coming through. No, I said I never do it, but I guess I lied. Roll a L, pour a drink, fuck it, let's get right. How it feel to be a winner, never up again and tell him I'm a pretty sinner. Birthday suit is what you have for dinner. Don't fight me, I'm a Pisces. Birthday kick up on his white tee. Turn down's unlikely. He checking for me like I'm Nike. No spaghetti, throw confetti. To the ceiling, my Giuseppe's. Hey, big, yeah, you ready? I need that sloppy toppy epic. Really want me running, I'ma keep it 100. They make me sick to my stomach, they gotta pay me my homage. Just like my name is Muhammad. I'm about to drop him like Donald. Big Mac and no running, you better get at the sauna. I said they bitches is bums, they living off of they mama. But to tell you the truth, I ain't got nothing to prove. Bitches stealing souls, I'm in first place. Come on, eat this cake, it's your birthday. It's your birthday, baby, what you wanna do? Got some bitches, got some pretty bitches coming through. No, I said I never do it, but I guess I lied. Roll a L, fuck it, let's get high. It's your birthday, baby, what you wanna do? Got some bitches, got some pretty bitches coming through. No, I said I never do it, but I guess I lied. Roll a L, pour a drink, fuck it, let's get high, baby. Let's get high, baby. Oh, let's get high, baby. Is you a Virgo? Sagittarius, Aquarius? 'Cause I need some answers. Gemini or Cancer, babe. Tell me, baby, baby. Happy birthday.
Hey everybody. Can you hear me? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Not Playing It Safe radio show. We've got Onyx here with us. Please call and text us. Call us at 240-719-2560. What's going on, guys?
Hey,
What's going on?
How are you?
How are you?
Introduce yourselves. What's your name?
Well, I'm Theo Stormonics.
I am Epic Onyx.
I'm Orion Onyx.
And I'm Dominion Onyx.
Ooh, cheap boy.
So you were here last time they were here, right?
I was.
And what was your favorite demonstration?
I'll give two. My favorite to feel was probably the one of the wheel thing with the spikes on it.
The Warbird.
That
The
was
Warbird.
it was just more like a massage to me. But he
It
was
was like
he
a
didn't
what?
press hard. He didn't press hard. He was just
Oh.
he was kind of just lightly.
Well,
That's
that was
unfortunate.
on your arm, though, right?
Yeah. It was like
Okay. I mean, if you put it other, well,
Other
Ooh.
places, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Different feelings.
But
Your skin is just the right color for us to see it too.
that's y'all
Show up
don't
and
even
show
know.
out.
Y'all don't even know. But I think my
Oh, we
favorite,
know.
no, we know.
You don't know.
Right.
But I think my favorite one to watch was probably the shock.
Electro play.
Electro.
Electro one. That was.
Oh, you like that?
I did.
He did. Keller
I
loved
like the
it.
smell of it.
What?
There was a
You
smell.
like smelling
that-
burning skin?
Yeah. It was
No,
like,
it's
it
the
was
ozone
it's-
smell.
yeah.
Like the negative ions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Science. Science.
Educated.
And it was hot. You know, I mean, it was you had to like keep on trying it more and more just to see what your pain was. And from the pain, I felt like I was like,
From the pain.
I could take the whole thing.
Ooh. I was gonna ask you, what was your level?
It was the highest.
Oh, shit.
They were like, oh. you
Which
know.
kit was this? Was this the beginner one, or was this?
He was here. I think he can explain it
It was
better.
the Volume 1 kit.
The one that I had?
That wasn't
Yes.
nothing.
Oh. No, it's on the highest level.
I mean,
it's
I think
cute.
the highest. So
I mean, they make one much more powerful, but on the higher setting, it's still cute.
It's yeah.
So like,
I wouldn't.
Y'all can have that.
I'm with you. You can have that.
So y'all can give me a buzz. I need a buzz. I need to get shot.
And there
You
you
were
have it.
threatening me with a good time.
Oh, not I.
You can get a lot.
Okay,
Well, then there was that.
Well, I actually
What's that one?
got tied up. The rope. Yeah, I allowed Theo to tie my hands.
How did you feel?
Out of control.
Which is
Which was different. It wasn't a bad thing. Because I think when I came to you guys' event the first time, I actually did the nipple play. And I actually liked that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Or do you not have your nipples pierced, or have you had them done?
No, I haven't. I'm going to get them done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get them
It
done.
is a wonderful feeling.
And what is it?
Yeah, I just hear so many like stereotypes about
Well,
that.
I have mine done. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to go up to a bigger gauge.
Been there, done that. It was
Because
cute.
what I heard is like when you do it, most of the people that get it done, they don't get both of them done. They just get one because the pain is so tough that they can't do it.
No, I got mine done both at the same time.
It depends
and
on the person.
I will tell you, it does depend on the person, but I will tell you, as someone said to me, if you get it done, get both of them done, because I can tell you that after he did the first one, I was like, okay, this is great. And I was like, okay, because I thought about some other piercings, but we did the first one. I was like, okay, I'm not going to get any other piercings. I was like, okay, but I'm letting him finish this other one. The second one was a lot.
Other ones that you were thinking.
The right nipple was the one that I felt like he took a little bit more time on, and that was the slowest one, and that was the most painful one. House and ever.
So it's not quick?
Not the second one, it wasn't. And I feel like I wanted to reach out and touch him real quick.
What was the healing process though? How long did it take for him
about
to heal?
6 months to a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a lot of, you need to be very careful with what you do. So
And what you wear.
antibacterial soap, what you wear. You have to be, depending on what you get them pierced with. I got mine pierced with the barbells.
Okay.
And so you have to be careful when you go to hug someone, because I went to go hug somebody with a vest on, and he pulled away from me, and I was like,
Now, is it instant? Is it
I need the whole
instant?
yeah, I was like,
Pleasure?
So
Once it heals.
Okay.
Well, and everybody's different. For me, as soon as I got them done, my nipples were at attention for the next 2 weeks straight.
It was
Wow.
fun.
Okay.
Every time I saw him, I was like, hello.
Yes, it must be like winter because them nipples is hard.
Yeah, they was just, and I remember being at work, and I was talking to my boss, and my boss was saying something to me, and I was like, what?
Wow.
Girl, what? I was like, girl, what?
The
At
sensation
work.
is
Wow.
everything.
Okay.
It's everything. But however, the healing process is like, oh my God. Like, so if someone comes to you and they hug you too tight, like Chat was saying, or if somebody, Epic, right, sorry, Epic, touch you, hug you, you put your shirt on the wrong way, try to take it off too fast, it's an instant reminder that, hey, they're pierced.
That's with any piercing though, because when I got my nose done, like I was like, when I'm taking off shirts, I'm like trying to like hold it so that it doesn't rip it out because you know.
So if
what
I
did
could,
they do to you when they were here the last time?
I'm the punk of the group when it comes to pain.
They burned me.
It doesn't have to be
They
pain.
shot
So
the
I
shit out
didn't.
of
I
me.
wasn't.
You didn't let them do
I just like
anything to
playing
you?
with the dildos and stuff.
Oh, you did.
Sound like toys.
So yeah, you like playing with them because it was a goal
wasn't
for you,
harmful.
or it wasn't harmful.
Yeah.
Was it because it's just
Because they were just on the table.
on the
They
table?
was trying to tie him up.
I'll see.
But
That's
you
it.
know,
I have a
I
problem with
think
that.
he would like to scared be him. tied up after he gets over his mental block.
So I have a question for you.
Go for
You
it.
said you like the toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you see something maybe you was interested in playing with or getting better acquainted with?
I'm acquainted with them.
All of them? All the
Not all
sizes?
of them. Not all.
Right, that's
of
what I'm
them.
saying. So did you see something maybe you want to
I don't know.
try, date for a minute, get to know a little better?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far about it.
So
I'm
if
just
you-
fascinated with seeing it and just holding it and playing with it.
If a man came up to you and he was like, okay, this is what I'm down with. Like, I want to do all these type of different things on you. Would you be game for it? To try it? Just to like if you really liked him a lot and he wanted you to like be a part of what he is interested into, would you
Submit to it?
Yeah. Just to try.
Yeah, because once I like someone, there's no limit.
So if I sent you that picture.
He sent a picture. Can you
So
see
what's
it?
the follow-up
I
question?
can't see it.
You're gonna have to come closer.
Let me see. Let me get close. Pass it to me, Kelly.
Yes.
You got to be careful with just saying you're willing to try anything.
Why you
Would
looking like
try
that?
it?
Certain ones. I mean, I've
Brian
had
over there like I didn't.
certain ones. Like we've had certain sizes. Like we've been in the game long enough. It's just the bigger ones.
So professional about it.
I mean, we've been in the game.
Like, is
I like
it
that.
always
That was a good
bigger?
answer.
Is it always bigger? Like, do you want bigger all the time, or like? Say
No, I'm
somebody-
not a size queen.
Okay, that's good.
So I mean, because there are times where I don't do it for months at a time. So if it's big, then it's going to be an
It's
issue.
gonna rip.
I mean, it's going to rip regardless. That's why you have to lube it up very.
What now?
So wait, wait,
Education.
let's
Education, I think.
let's
Rewind.
So there should be no ripping
Ripping involved.
There should be no
I mean,
ripping.
if you like don't do nothing, cause like
No,
me
no, no, no.
personally,
Still
I
should
haven't.
never.
I mean,
Yeah.
me personally, I haven't had sex in a year.
Okay.
It's been a whole year. I know.
I feel you on that one. Say
That's probably why I'm the way that I am, like bitter and like all bitchy.
If anybody wants to get with Calvin, please call in.
It's not a
That's not what
it's not a hug that he needs.
It's intro.
We don't
You don't
have
want to
to
be real.
What is it?
Intro.
I feel like that's probably why I'm the way that I am.
We need to get you some.
Yeah, Brian just said we're going to do a dating show for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
always been talking about that. Every show, I feel like every time, like everybody asks, Kellen, so how's your relationship? It's always me saying, I'm single. I ain't getting that.
well, I mean, I don't know about
Play
everybody.
date. It's called play date.
I'm single
Yeah,
too.
It's play date.
I'm single too,
I'm
but you know,
single.
the
I'm
past
single. So
You
I
can
mean,
still have
fourth
play
quarter
dates.
has been quite fun.
Yeah, but
Set
like,
up adult play
Ever
dates.
since blackout.
okay, so
You don't
like,
have adult play dates?
what do you think about like the whole winter time?
What about it?
Like
Cuddle season?
in the winter, like it's cuffing season now, you know.
I
So
don't like that word.
Yeah, I don't either.
I love it.
I don't
love
either.
the fact that it
Because
is
what do you,
like-
right, exactly. Because what are you
Only for the
cuffing?
winter.
Right.
No,
I'm
but like
finding
hopefully,
someone
all year round.
hopefully,
Right.
I like
no,
it,
no,
you
no.
know.
But like with me, when I think of cuffing season, you know, I'm a Furby. Look,
But that,
chest,
but that,
okay.
fur.
What?
Like I'm.
that
Look,
was-
Brian,
What is
that does,
because I'm
so
just like,
let's,
what
so
does
let's be
that
clear.
got to-
Yeah.
That,
I'm
that's,
confused a little bit.
No, like.
What is you
when-
being fur? Oh, okay, go ahead. I just got
What
lost.
I'm trying to
Because
say
you're a bear
is
and you
I'm
like
a
to
bear, and
Just
bears
like the color.
hibernate in the winter, and
Mhm.
it's winter time.
Mhm.
So I just showed y'all like the hair.
Yes.
So basically, what I was saying is, what do you guys think about like people who meet people in the wintertime, date them, and then when it's summertime, it's like.
Well, that happens if you
Okay.
put out that
Happens
type of
in general.
energy.
Yeah.
And that's what you say that you want. If you say cuffing season, I think if you say cuffing season, people are like, I only want you for this particular season. Just like you said, I just want you for a good time over the summertime. That's what's going to happen. That's the,
I don't like
it's-
being used, and
Right,
if
but
you only want me for the winter because you need a warm place to lay your head,
No,
that's the
but
quickest
like
way to
me,
get your ass
like I
kicked.
feel like
No.
I could find somebody in the winter and I can carry it on to the summer.
But it's the terminology.
Like
and
me
it-
personally.
But it has
Like-
something to do with the terminology. When you put it out there like that, people want to give you what you put out there. So if you say cuffing season, in my mind, I'm only fucking with you during cuffing season. Because when spring comes, I'm done with you, boo. Because that's what you
Hopefully
wanted.
You won't be.
But I'm just saying that's what your terminology.
Yeah.
So I have a
mean,
question
it's
for
with
you
thought
guys.
process. Yeah.
the link
But
there.
you are heady like
If you're able,
You're so quiet today. Last
Right,
show
I
you
know.
was not quiet.
if you're able to say without going too much into it, how do you come up with your names?
Good question.
Good question.
well, first of all,
yeah, let's. Well,
so let's go back for a minute. Onyx is a leather fraternity for gay and bisexual men of color.
Right.
We have, as of September, 9 chapters around the country. It was founded in Chicago, and we have chapters in Chicago, Atlanta, D.C., Fort Lauderdale,
Fort Lauderdale,
Dallas,
Alright.
Cleveland, Detroit, San Francisco, Los Angeles. And because we're a fraternity, we pledge. So
Do y'all do
These two were given their names.
Right.
And their names were.
No, I'm sorry, Dominion. Quick question, not to cut you off. Was it based on personality?
Personality.
Okay, okay,
Something,
gotcha. Okay.
Something about them. And I mean, you're free to change that name once you cross if you'd like. But I'm a founder.
Okay.
So, you know,
yeah.
I am Dominion.
He is a Mid-Atlantic founder, and he is probably he's a Mid-Atlantic founder, and he's actually a national board member.
Okay.
And so he is forever a presence and will forever be a presence in the chapter.
I feel a little attacked.
No.
Just a tiny bit.
No. I'm no.
Yeah.
So I mean, so he has a presence, and so, but everybody in the organization gets the chance to be a big brother, and so we're going into that naming piece.
This is my big brother.
It's my big brother. He named me,
and I gave him his name.
Right, and my big brother gave me my name, so everybody gets their name for whatever it is, whatever reason. Mine in particular was we have to, as a part of the pledging process, there are teach sessions to educate and cultivate hotness, which is what that stands for. And so during our teach session, my big brother was there, and he was having a conversation with me, and I was talking to him, but he was like, it was just everything. Like, it was just, and I was like, so then when I went over and I got my name, I was like, you said this to me while we were having this conversation, but I was so, like, my endorphins were up, and I didn't even pay attention to it. I was like, oh, okay. So
but
everybody's story is different.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it's that too.
Epic, you know, while he was a pledge, took a very strong leadership role and represented in a way that eventually led to him being the president come January the 1st.
Wow, congratulations.
She's
your Yes. I need the roses. Petals.
You gotta say something.
I gotta say something.
Yeah, you're quiet. Last time you were like,
What do you want me to say?
His name is Quiet Storm. So.
It is.
Now,
but there's quiet in the
naturally
storm.
quiet.
Your necklace.
Oh, my aunt.
Yes. I just talked to. I just said that. I love it.
Well, thank you.
How long have you had it?
I actually started wearing the
Does
ankh.
it mean anything to you?
Actually, it does. I've started wearing the ankh for actually about 2 years now, and for me, the ankh is my reminder to live life to the fullest. Because life, the ankh itself represents life itself, so it's just a constant reminder for me to live my life.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that get like a tattoo on themselves just to like make it like, you know, very.
Oh, that's coming.
Yeah, that's coming.
So,
Yes.
back to you guys. I have a quick question. What would you guys say is the biggest? I think I asked this last time. The biggest stereotype or misunderstanding of you? Okay.
It's a couple.
Who wants to go first?
One that we're a sex organization.
Okay.
And that is a big disrespectful element that really bothers me. So I know what I've tried to do is include my friends and coming out and experiencing different things that we do. You know, like our motto is to educate. You know, and we're real
Educate, explore,
empower.
That's our
motto. And I love that we're into brotherhood and also into the community. And a lot of times people think that because we're black men or men, it's a sexual thing, you know, and that really bothers me because they're not educated. But not only that, they're going on what other people are saying, what they may have heard, or what they may have seen, or what they may have thought.
Okay.
And I think the other common misconception that we face, just as an organization as a whole, is basically saying that being in the leather community is a white person thing.
It usually is.
Every
time I hear about it,
Let them finish.
MAL,
Let them finish.
it's more of a.
I mean, it is. I mean,
well, that's because you don't hang around with us.
And you haven't been.
Because all of my,
and you guys,
you know, just you know, so I'm an architect, and people will say, "Oh, I've never met a black architect." Well, I went to Florida A&M University. All of my friends are black architects. So in the same way, I'm a leather man, and all of my friends are black leather man. Yeah. So it's about who you position yourself with. And when people say that we're a sex club, they usually mean it in a derogatory way. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, they're mad.
Because they wasn't invited.
They're mad because they weren't invited to the sex party that they imagined
that it was.
And sometimes there are. I mean, we are not a sex club, but we are a sex positive organization.
Right. And
so
y'all will always have fun.
We'll always have fun, but they are missing the secret.
Right.
The secret of Onyx is not that we are always having sex or are always sexual, is that we are in a space where we can be completely honest with one another.
Right.
And therefore, that fosters an intimacy. If I can tell him, the most intimate things about myself and not feel judged by it, then I can also tell him about, the problems I'm having with my father or with my boyfriend or with my job, or we can just go out and kiki, because after we finish this,
we already
turn up.
We already got. But that's why that's the real secret, is that that fosters a sense of intimacy.
But also
and people
brotherhood.
See us.
And a brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's a strong brotherhood, no matter what you're going through, whether it's gay, whether it's a straight situation, whether it's family, whether it's work. We all can sit down and talk about it. We're there to support each other, no matter what time of day, what time of night. And you can fall out with your brothers or sisters at home. The same thing happen in any situation. However, we're here for each other. We show up and show out.
Yeah.
Now, is it just for the men, or do you have like a female chapter also?
Well, so Onyx is a leather fraternity for gay and bisexual men of color. There is another component called the Onyx Pearls, which are for females or those who identify as
pansexual women
and pansexual women. So they are I'm not going to say they're an auxiliary, because they're an offshoot of, I think, which is probably a better terminology, of Onyx. And they have their own separate standalone organization, but they're a part of this organization as just a part of it.
Okay.
So there's another part to it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's you guys. It's called the Hanky Code.
Yes. So yes.
So.
I never leave the house without my.
Okay, so give a little synopsis and background of.
So the Hanky Code. So this is when you're talking about the leather community, and you probably see a lot of stereotypical leather men, and most people's perception of the leather community has been from something that they may have seen on television or online or whatever. One prominent figure or prominent fixture amongst the leather community has been probably Tom of Finland, and Tom of Finland will show these really over-sexualized men with all these like jeans and leather and all this other stuff on, but then also in their pockets were these handkerchiefs and these, and they were kind of the red hankies that you see, the blue hankies that you see. They're all different colors, and they were to represent or tell people what you were actually interested in as far as this particular kink or fetish. So, for instance, different colors mean different things. So this yellow hanky right here means that it's water sports, and depending on what side you wear that on, whether you are the person that likes to. Say what? I'm sorry. What? No. What? Well, okay. So you have. Well, okay. So let me. From what I see,
I'm like, are we?
Well,
I just found out something.
Hold
No,
on.
I'm just playing.
So generally speaking, yellow is for water sports. Now there are different variations of yellow. So there's yellow, there's mustard. You just like you have lime green, you have dark green. They all have hunter green. They all have different meanings. But yellow generally, or the color yellow is for water sports. Whereas like green, you have a couple different colors of that. So hunter green means you're looking like you're into daddies, or you are a daddy looking for something.
So like, what's the definition of a daddy? Like, I don't know any of it. I know it, but I don't know it.
Okay.
Like I've heard of it.
All right.
But I don't know what it means.
All right.
What is a daddy? What is a?
So in the general sense, the leather community, if anyone asks, you have your submissive and you have your dominant. So that's the umbrella term. So under the dominant term, Then you have people who call themselves daddy, sir, handlers, etc.
So basically, anybody that you're with, they're gonna call you sir if you're a daddy.
Depending on the
what
dynamic.
is.
So when you ask, but in general, when you're talking specifically about daddy, sir, whatsoever, they do have different meanings. So basically, the daddy type is more of the nurturer type. They're more so seeking the development of their boy or whoever. Whereas the sir.
Now wait a minute, you said a boy. Go back, like, because you gotta, I guess, be light with that term. Am I right? Or?
Okay, so in my opinion, what I've noticed is that when you use, as if I can be frank, being, we being black men, we don't want no one to call us boy in the first place.
Yeah, I know that's right.
So when we say the term boy, we're talking about in terms of.
Independent what you look like, though.
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily.
Not
you can
in
look
this-
like the minion and you be called like a boy.
No.
Don't try it.
But like, I know. No,
Okay.
I'm just saying that, like, I know that some people that like somebody that's like hood and be like, boy,
But that's not what we're.
That's
we're-
so different. That's like slang.
I'm just saying.
No,
It's
no,
a
that
different
is that is a component of dominance and submission.
Submissive.
But when we're speaking of it, we're talking particularly. So there's daddy / boy. There's master / slave. Dominant / submissive. So it's all about someone who has the power and someone who has given up the power. And it's not exactly even what you think. The person who actually has the power is the submissive
person.
the boy, the slave.
Now, a
You
lot of
are-
it is. I'm sorry. Is it more mental, or
It is.
okay?
It's very mental.
It's
Well,
very mental. It's sorry.
So, wait a minute. And
Go ahead,
so
please.
a prime example with the bondage that you said you experienced, where you felt out of control.
Right.
If you are with someone that you call your daddy or your sir, and you give them that power to dictate what you can do with your hands, you need to have complete and total trust in them to allow them to
But
allow them to do that.
will someone? Okay. What if they don't? Is there a way that you guys get them
You
there?
have that conversation.
So you have
So there's a couple of
Yeah.
ways to do that. First, you've had the conversation. It's called negotiation. So at first,
Y'all
you're-
talk about it. You always talk about it before you do anything.
Exactly.
Which is always great. Like,
and the talking about it also is a negotiation of what will and won't happen
Yes.
and conditions by which the scene will end.
Right.
Some people, you've heard the stereotypical pineapple, but
Or safe word.
which is a safe word.
Pineapples.
But I prefer, a traffic light system. So if you and I were playing, I would.
Or when.
Come on, speak it into existence.
We're here
trying
for
to
it as your
get-
brothers.
trying
Yeah,
to
I
get
mean,
Kellen Lake.
I'm
And you
supporting
too.
all of it.
Oh,
I'm su-
You're
You let that man go.
threatening for a good time with them.
Don't.
He trying to
Anyway,
let you see
as
that
I'm
man.
saying,
He trying to take a heat poke.
Bring it back. Okay.
This is center my
Bring it back.
thoughts. So
No, you're
a
right.
traffic light system is another way. It's a form of a safe word. So I will ask you how you're doing, and if you say green, that means whatever I'm doing, whatever we're doing is completely fine. Yellow means slow down. Red means let's
Stop.
take a pause for however long we want to do so. It could be for a few seconds, a few minutes, or a few hours. And then for me, there's a fourth light, which is purple, which means stop. That means we're done with this scene. Let's, now it's time for aftercare.
But you establish all these
I
things.
want,
Right.
I
But you're
want
establishing
that.
that up time.
I want that buzzing thing back. I want to find out. Like,
This
I'm
is-
gonna do that on
this
somebody.
is-
Electro play.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on somebody one day.
Well, first
Well,
you
you
need
gotta
to learn how to
do it.
use it first.
And that's not even.
why-
That's
I'm
not
Ride
even.
them
I'm gonna let
motherfucker.
y'all teach me how to do it.
That's not even. That's not even meant to
It's not a
shade.
cheat?
So
Right.
our
do
motto
teach.
is educate, explore, empower, which means
because
we provide
like
a
if you
safe
find
space. for
somebody
that.
that likes it, like I liked it,
Like
that's
You
not
liked
a word.
it?
That's not a word.
Yes.
I made it up.
Okay.
Just now. But the person that was doing it on me was like so impressed because they were like, "What? This should hurt you?" And I'm like, "No, it doesn't hurt. It feels good." Oh, I think we found your like kink, and I'm like, "Which is cool." But I want to do it to somebody else. I want to shock somebody.
But it's not about just shocking someone. Again, it's not about.
I want to give them the feeling that I felt. And
So,
smell too.
Right. So
You can
let's.
smell it.
So hold on, guys. Let's hold that thought. We're gonna go to commercial. We'll be right back. I'll take a break, brother. I don't have no damn commercials.
After these messages.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
I'm the lock, I'm the key, I'm the cure, wild and free. Human nature wants to be in love. So tell me why it seems promising so hard to keep. But this time I swear in me I can trust. I'm a woman of my word. I will be strong, I will be long, I will be heard. I'm a woman of my word. I won't be scarred, I won't be burned, I will be heard. Close my eyes, fall asleep, see what blessings tomorrow brings. I've been learning to be in love with myself, getting to know so loyal, so well, and that's the only voice I should trust. I'm a woman of my word. I will be strong, I will be long, I will be heard. I'm a woman of my word. I won't be scarred, I won't be burned, I will be heard. The tide raining me, open eyes, clarity, won't let nothing steady me. Rise to it all. I'm a woman of my word, my word, my word, my word, my word. I'm a woman of my word. I will be strong, I will be long, I will be heard. Hear me, don't be pretty, you don't be smart. He broke your heart, don't let me start. Be a woman of your word. You ain't what I've been through. I'm just like you, singing my truth. Hey, I'm a woman of my word.
Spiritual solitude is a huge component in self-evolution. And when you want to evolve, or you are evolving, regardless if you want to or not, like someone like myself, who's developing clairvoyant abilities by the age of 20, because that's my genetic disposition as a Caribbean person, it comes to you and you have to accept it. It says in many books, many esoterics, that it's going to come to a point where you're not going to relate to people anymore. People are not going to relate to you. And the things that you used to share your time with, or anything, whether it be the parties, girls, the men I was with, the friends I used to be friends with, it didn't relate to it anymore. So it was a time where I had to have solitude and force myself into solitude because I wasn't trying to play myself. If something wasn't right for me, I couldn't force myself in it. My body was rejecting it. My mind was rejecting it. My spirit was rejecting it. So I had to be alone.
She didn't hear what I said after that? Great, good. What's up, girl? Everybody get up.
Who the fuck told y'all hoes to open up? Look, that's enough. I'm coming straight from the good. I ain't playing who that. Hold up. Tell that bitch to move back. Slow up. Fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch that he with. I got my own money, ain't nobody giving me shit. I'm the original, I'm the one that be cooking that shit. She keep saying that I'm stealing, I'ma look at that bitch like who that? on the line, you hoe. Probably all your money and time, you hoe. You only got 6 seconds, I find a hoe. I'm gonna get mine for sure. You got one more time, you hoe. So don't be sorry, be mine for hoe. Like who that? Slow up. Tell that bitch to move back. Slow up. Be mine for hoe. Like who that? Somebody tell that bitch to move back. Slow up. Cause I ain't playing with them. Slide. 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 Tell that bitch to move back. So I can slide. 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 Tell that bitch to move back. Slide. 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 Tell that bitch to move back. Slide. Slide. Tell that bitch to move back.
I heard about you and your other situation through word of mouth. They made it seem so complicated. Is it over now? Or did you just say it 'cause you're anxious to get closer now? 'Cause I want you to be all over me, truthfully. Honestly, I need to believe. Wanna let go, but I don't really know. I heard you got a girlfriend. Say it ain't so, you ain't on the low. I don't think I could handle it. I wanna go to another level with you, but before I do, I wanna know before I go there with you. Oh yeah, so tell me it through. I need to know before I go there with you. I heard all about your reputation. You know that word gets around. Tell me you got an explanation. 'Cause I need to know. Is it nothing? Is it something? Oh. Just keep it real with me. Truthfully. Honestly. I need to believe. Wanna let go, but I don't really know. I heard you got a girlfriend. Say it ain't so, you ain't on the low. I don't think I could handle it. I wanna go to another level with you, but before I do, I wanna know before I go there with you. So tell me if you do. I need to know before I go there with you. It's unfair. 'Cause baby, in my mind, oh, we should be together. Wanna let go, but I don't really know. I heard you got a girlfriend. I'm trying to go to another level with you, but before I do, I wanna know before I go there with you. So tell me if
Oh yeah, we can talk about the web pocketbooks.
So welcome back to the Not Playing It Safe show. We have Onyx, Mike, Kellen, Brian, Mike. As you know, I'm not a rapper. I'm a writer. Sorry. I'll mumble rap though. I'll mumble rap some stuff though.
We was with you.
So I just want to do a few shout outs for the lineup. Mondays from 11 to 1 p.m. we have the Kim show with Kim. Oh, that sounds like with Mike show. Tuesdays we have Say That Then show with Kevin Hughes and co-host Imani Ellis I might have to check that one out. Say that then. I like that. I'm gonna jump around. Fridays, of course, you have the Not Playing It Safe show from 7 to 9 with Mike B, Anomaly, and Kellen.
My name is Michael.
Also, if you're looking for a car to upgrade, a new car, or anything, you can go to starimports.com. You can come in, tell them the Not Playing It Safe show sent you. No credit, bad credit, whatever. They'll deliver the car to you, any kind of car you're looking for. That's starimports.com, and mention the Not Playing It Safe radio show.
All right, and if you have any toys for Tots, you can bring them here, 4711 Off Place, Suitland, Maryland. The drop-off deadline is December 20th, or donate them to your local charity. Let's do it for the kids.
The toy drive, yes. Which I forgot to bring. A toy.
Yeah, I have to do it next time.
Honest, why you guys didn't bring any toys?
No one told us.
We weren't told to bring.
Brian's
I
fault.
know, I'm sorry.
Nah, they don't want your time.
And you would have needed to be really specific.
It would be for the kids.
It'll be for the kids.
We'll do it for the
girls.
kids, 21 and older.
It's for the kids.
They won't be the tots. 21 and over.
It's for the children.
The children.
So, speaking of toys, do you guys have a favorite toy that you guys like or use regularly?
I do.
What's your toy?
It's called a prostate pounder.
I like the lollipop.
Explain yours. Then when I come to you. Explain yours.
A prostate pounder is it's about that long. It's got a little round head, and then the body narrows, and it's designed to just be long enough to slide back
Pound
and
that
forth over
prostate.
the prostate over and over and over again.
So
and I like to use it on.
How to use it with another person.
You can use it on one can use it on themselves,
Yeah, no,
but
that's what I'm saying.
I
'Cause,
use
like-
it on others a lot.
So what are you doing once they have that doing that thing? Because usually people.
So I have done stuff to them before that and during and after. So but I'm
He's
also
trying to show a good show.
I am. I give a good show. You can check it out on Xtube.
Hello.
Oh, really? What's the name?
Alex 326.
Alex.
ALEX 326.
Well, your views just went up. You're gonna get one more as soon as I go home.
Right now there's only 2 videos on there, but there's a fisting video, and then there's one with the prostate. Then there's one with the prostate pounder. But
Fisting.
No.
It's a fisting video.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That has a
talking
little
about the
what?
Nike code, red will be.
Well, red is fisting, so that would be
Fisting.
something that I play.
No. So you're confusing a rosebud, which is beautiful, with a prolapse, which is
Oh yes.
no, nothing. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
So it don't hurt the person.
Let him
If it hurts, if it continues to hurt someone, they
explain
wouldn't.
to them what a prolapse is and a rosebud.
So a prolapsed anus results in a rosebud, but that doesn't mean that it hurts. I mean, people wouldn't continue to do it if it hurts.
No, but
It goes back to the levels of pain and
Right.
tolerance and what they like. Like you said with electricity, you reached your max.
Right.
That was their max.
Their
and
max
they enjoyed
was-
it. I think you may like it if you hit
Right.
your
And
max with
it
electricity.
takes a while to get to that, just the same way that you
I
don't.
would have to be
Real grandmother.
totally.
Actually, you really don't need to be drunk.
you
You
can
need
be
to.
drunk.
You need to be.
In fact,
you
I
need to
would
be.
prefer that
yeah.
you
Yeah, you
not
need to be
drunk because I want you to be fully
sober,
present.
and you need to be fully
Because
present.
if you're not
brother
there, you
name?
need to say
Medicine
purple
like it,
or
but
red
drink.
or yellow.
Yeah.
So that's why the
Well,
colors come in.
in the
communication.
same way that if you take a large, we're family. If you take a large dick,
penis.
and
Cock.
it can be too large for you,
word.
but that doesn't mean you don't like dick.
Cock.
Would you
No,
rather
cock,
say
cock,
cock?
cock.
Cock.
Oh, okay. You want to take my cock?
Cock.
I hate that so much. Like,
Big one.
But it's I know it's hip, but it's about being present and feeling that
That's my
that
safe word.
interest. And as for what I'm doing,
And
I'm
it
an
also
emotional
has to
vampire.
do
So
with the person who's doing it to you, knowing what they're doing.
exactly.
If somebody
And
has a big one
communication.
and they're just like,
but even in the midst of
that
doing
could be
that,
fun too. Punch
right.
fucking is a thing.
But it's still in the midst
Wait,
of communicating. Hold on.
Punch fucking.
But in the midst of all of that, you're still communicating with that person,
Right.
and you establish that type of communication by touching, not only talking, but touching
and saying.
Epic, jump in.
Yeah.
That you're not gonna be able to talk.
Well, no. I will make time for myself to talk. I have a question because I'm trying to understand what this. So what's this all about in this fisting?
Well, because last time he actually
Yes,
went
thank you.
extensively about his fisting
Talk about
experience.
him.
So you have
You've been
experience.
fisted a lot.
did.
No, I
With
know
an
he's
Asian
done
boy.
it.
Oh, you fisted
I'm less
someone.
interested now.
With an Asian boy. Is that why you was?
Well, wait a minute, hold on. Let me finish this. Let me finish this over here.
Time out.
So who was the young man that you? I mean, was this I'm curious.
You wasn't there that day.
Now you have to retell your story now.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
All right,
piece of
all
the story.
right.
Just the bullet points.
Bullet points. Okay.
Highlights.
I'm not great at that.
Cliff
I'm gonna
notes.
try.
I'll come close.
So I don't really know him. I don't know the boy, but he like really wanted me to do it. He was like, I want you to I want to teach you how to do it. And I was at first because I just never done it, and I was just like, he did it before. Okay.
So did you have a latex glove or you had no glove at all?
Nothing.
He didn't want any glove at all.
Okay.
Work.
Did you use
Crisco?
Yes, it was Crisco. Well, he had lube
Well, that's what you
first,
had
and then
said,
he
though.
wanted Crisco.
He had Crisco. So this person was actually a professional. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, he
Sounds
was.
like
he,
it.
If
he,
he's
yeah, he
doing
knew.
that,
He knew what he was talking
Yeah,
about.
he knew.
So
He wanted
to
you
answer
that big can.
but
Kel,
to
hold
answer
on,
your
let him tell
question
his story.
about the prolapse hole, was his hole fat and puffy?
No.
And when you went inside of it, did a little piece of it come back out?
Didn't you say it felt like something?
No.
Inside?
Okay. All right.
He said it
Well,
felt like something.
No, that
inside.
Well,
doesn't
that's-
even mean
yeah.
anything. People have all sorts of skin tags or
Right.
whatever inside of. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. But the best thing about fisting someone is feeling their heartbeat from the inside.
Can you tell them what you said? It
I know,
felt
I'm
like
playing
when
with
you
them.
got in there.
Oh, it just felt like macaroni and cheese. Like
See?
it just reminded me of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I guess the
Do you
sound.
normally put your fist into macaroni and
When
cheese?
you're mixing it up,
before.
when you're mixing it up, right? When you're mixing your macaroni with the cheese, right?
I have before, but I was
So
just
when
being
you have
irritated.
Thanksgiving, just know.
He said it felt like guts.
Fisted the macaroni.
Have you ever made a
I think
macaroni?
I'm oddly turned.
Have I- yeah.
I mean, I am a little bit.
And do you
I'm
use
kinda.
that?
You like put your dick in the macaroni and cheese?
No.
This is not American Pie.
I can understand.
That's
where
Black
he-
American pie.
I can
Hello?
understand what he's saying because you know how
That
like
fall on a
people,
food play.
when they want to cook,
I'm totally down for food play.
Food
Yes.
play is hot.
they
I'm just
massage
fat,
their
like-
food and get it together. So like,
So
I
the
can
lollipop.
understand
I'm
what
down
he
for
meant.
Go for it,
The
Ryan.
lollipop.
Yes.
What is it?
I just
It's,
saw it.
it's actually called an ass rammer.
Ass rammer, but I like to call it a
It's on
lollipop.
here?
No, this isn't
no.
a hanky code.
Oh,
We're talking
okay.
about
So-
toys.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it's, I'm explaining it.
Okay.
I've played with it numerous of times, and I love
Once or
it.
twice.
I love it. So
I haven't posted that video yet.
So we just put it out there. So we played my big brother. When I first became interested in Onyx and before Onyx, exploring myself, that was one of the toys that I fell in love with, and I admire.
How does it look?
It looks like a big lollipop. That's what's called a
Okay.
lollipop. So
Okay.
one side is a big circle, and it has a stem like you get like a lollipop. Hold on. They flip it over. It's a smaller side, so you can go between sides.
It's like a barbell.
Yeah, barbell.
Okay. So stainless steel barbell
Yes.
with a 1.5 inch ball on one end
Baby.
and a 2 inch on
You'll
the
show
other.
up for it.
So it's
show out, huh?
it's an extension
And
of
cream.
the prostate pounder. And yeah, it does.
That-
make
and
you
for
cream
those
a
to
lot.
say men can't cream, they a lie.
Why
I
living
feel
proof
bad
is
for you.
possible.
See, y'all just
So
like making it
with other
extra
toys.
intriguing for me.
I mean, there's a few plugs that actually I'm interested in, and one in particular is a prostate plug, and it kind of it has a curve that hits right there on the prostate, and it's one that can be worn all day. So that's kind of
The Anaros?
I think I can't remember.
Is that the one with like the
I've seen that
S-shaped
one.
handle? And then
No, it's literally
it curves up.
It curves up, and it looks. It actually, what it reminds me of. This is so awful. The Terminator, like the liquid, and it's kind of up.
Oh.
Like the little.
Yes, I've seen
That's
that.
what it looks like. And so if that thing sits right there, you can wear it all day.
Christmas.
And so, yeah. And during any sort of play, before you even get into anything butt or butt related, or after you get into something butt or butt related, it helps you to kind of clench down on it. So if you're doing anything like, let's say, ritual masturbation, it kind of it's still kind of it's on my list right now.
Your wish list.
No, it's on my list. It's on
things
my
you like.
top
Okay,
favorites.
gotcha.
It's that time of the year, most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
I'm just right.
I'll tell you.
What's up, buddy? What's your favorite?
My favorite toy?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really particularly into toys, but my favorite toy is the prostate rammer.
Why? Do you use it or use it on somebody else?
I like it done on me
Go for it.
because I had this one experience that kind of, that it's like if anybody else did toys, it had to be him. So, all right, so story time. So I met this guy online, and the guy said, "Okay, well, you want to come over?" I'm like, "Sure, I could come over." He said, I think somehow the conversation went, "So you're in Onyx, you're in the leather." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I am." He said, "Well, do you want to try out play some toys?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll try anything once." So I got there fairly good.
Sorry, I'm interrupting your story. I won't do it again, I promise.
But you liked it, so you went back.
Oh, unfortunately. Well, no, I did. I did.
Well,
I did. I did.
Get to it before you went back.
Okay, so anyway, so we went there. So got to the guy's house, went upstairs, and we started playing. So he brought out all his toys. He brought out his dildo. He brought out the prostate rammer, and a couple other toys and stuff. So we going through the whole motions. Then he decided that, hey, you want to tie me up? So he took one of his ties, bound my legs up, bound it back to his headboard, and then he was going through the whole process of toys, basically fucking me, then using each and every toy each and every time. So then the thing that kind of sent me over the roof, he basically said, now, he just looked at me, then he basically said, now I want you to do one thing. I want you to pick your favorite toy, and I want you to use it on yourself while I watch.
That's hot.
So of course I picked the rammer, and then I just used it on myself the first time. I'm like, that was the best sensation I have ever spent.
So explain to me again what the rammer is, because I'm thinking it in my head. When I think of rammer, I'm thinking of like something that moves by itself.
No.
Well, there is.
There's an element.
I've seen those ones.
There's a fuck machine.
There's a fuck machine.
But is your rammer like the ass rammer that I'm talking about with the barbell?
No, the rammer that he had was basically it was curved, but it had the ball at the end. Had the curve, had the ball at the end.
Yeah,
Oh, I have that too. Yeah, okay, I got
that's
that one
here.
too. It was in that picture.
The curve one.
So
that was at
once you
yeah.
stick it in, then how do you like? Do you just?
No, it's just basically just a backward forward motion. And basically the pressure, because there's two sensations. Of course you feel the texture itself, but then you also feel the pressure of the air that's actually get into it as well. So it also adds that other sensation as well, that sense of fullness when there's really not a whole lot that's into you. So that's basically how it feels like.
Well, all right. What's your favorite toy, Boo?
I don't have one.
No?
No.
I'm gonna get you one for Christmas.
Okay.
So, introduce you something.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I'm not really into toys that much. I don't know. I guess it depends. It depends.
Introduced to? You know what I'm saying? Have you been introduced?
Yeah, I've tried it. Well, only like a dildo. Only like a dildo. Nothing like.
With others or with others or
just with others.
Or you doing or having it done to you?
Both, but I was with
It's a
someone was
huge
present
difference.
when it was happening.
Okay.
Well, no.
But it just
them being present is one thing, but did they use it on?
Right. It's a
they
difference.
did and I did use it on myself. But
Because it's a lot. It's when you're playing with yourself, most people only go so far.
Yeah.
Right? The sensation gets to be too much in a good way, but most people tend to. I keep playing with this hole. I know the hole is way too small for a number of things, but
It's a start.
It's a starter.
Keep you calm.
But when you play with someone else, they can take you up to, through, and past that initial limit that you would typically do, and it allows you to completely focus on just the pleasure.
Yes, go on.
Instead of focusing on all the other things, Even more so if you're like tied down or in chastity or you can't touch yourself. Or, you know,
That's a whole
any
nother
of
So
those.
what are all of your sexual preferences?
You mean
I aim to please.
I'm gay.
And I aim to please.
Top, bottom, verse, oral.
Whatever it is at that moment, I
swing
aim
off
to
the
please.
chandelier.
I will do whatever it takes.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Okay.
And do you like kissing?
Everything.
Hold on, let them tell them what they are
Yeah,
first.
you can. Yeah, that's a separate question.
Yes, I don't put my lips on everybody.
I
Hold on, Kale. They
got
gotta say what their sexual role are before we go into a new question.
Yeah.
I got you.
But don't step to me if you're not ready to give up the cakes or you're not ready to take the cake. Don't step to me either way. Don't have any limitations on what we do because when we get together, that's what we're gonna do. All of it.
Yes, for it all.
Okay, now would you be with somebody who's outside of your organization that's not on that level?
Yeah, of course.
So those are two separate questions.
It is a separate question. I'm sorry.
So first of all, Theo didn't get to say what he.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you have to ask that question.
So being with someone outside of the organization, none of us limit ourselves only to people within the organization. In terms of being with someone who is quote unquote not on my level, it just depends. Because I mean, and it depends on what we're doing. If we're just gonna fuck, then anybody with a booty hole is on my level because it's just booty hole. It's a booty hole.
It's a booty hole.
Girls
But if we are going to play, if I'm going to spank you or do electro or toys or whatever, you have to have some interest. And sometimes I'm fine with educating people.
I don't want to do it all the time.
You know, play as education. But, you know, every experience I have, I don't want to do it with some kid or not, and not even kids, some 40-year-old man who's just like, I've been curious about toys. Listen, girl, read
now
a
ain't the
book.
time.
Shit. You know, 'cause,
Several
I mean,
books
I
out
want to
there.
have a good time, and I don't want to be focused on
Trying to educate you.
about,
And
you
my
know,
aha
if
moment
we're
is
going to
blown.
fist, if I'm going to fist you, I want you to be
Ready
into fisting
and ready.
and have done it before because I'm not
Mindset,
always
body
there
ready.
for teaching.
Yeah, because that is a
It's a boner
process.
It's a turnover.
But
Yeah.
It's a turnover.
are you all single?
Okay, hold on. You asked several questions before that. Let's back up.
You be asking questions and won't never
we
give us a
ain't
chance to
even-
answer.
That's my thing.
Okay.
I'm the one who
Come on, Barbara
That's cool.
Walters.
That's cute.
I'm the
That's
one who
cool.
spits out the
But let's
the
answer the
question.
other
You never
ones.
spit out, you always swallow.
With that being said,
So are we single?
no. The question before that.
The question before that was what?
I don't remember.
You
which
asked
que- Exactly.
No, I did. I asked.
So
It was about kissing.
Yes, that's what it
You,
was.
you like kissing?
I love
Of
kissing.
course.
However, I only kiss people that I'm really intimate with and really feel. I don't just go around and just.
Of course not.
And-
You ain't trying to get no.
But not only that.
But no, some people are very free with their kisses.
Yeah, I don't do that.
and let's be
My
clear.
lips are sacred.
Yeah, let's be. So everybody's gonna be completely different.
Yes, bitch.
Ooh.
So everybody's gonna be different and have particular things that they are, things that they're particular about. And so for Orion, it is the kissing. I mean, I will greet my brothers, some of them, and will kiss them, and I'm fine with that. But if I'm dating like I'm not sticking my tongue down their throat. But I mean, if it's somebody that I'm dating, yes, of course, and that is a big thing for me.
Me too.
The kissing piece. I had someone have a conversation with me saying that they weren't really into kissing, and I was like, you know what?
It's not gonna work.
Okay, I was like, okay, and
especially when you passionate.
well,
with it, and
exactly.
like, it's like
If
that
I'm feeling
moment where
you-
you just like.
but they, I mean,
feeling each
the
other.
passion.
they're
feel
still.
the
I mean, it
passion.
still doesn't make them. I mean, it doesn't make them any less of an amazing person. That's just something I know I need.
But-
or I would like.
With that, can you be with the person that is not up for accepting the fact that you like to do like leather stuff?
We just talked about that.
Well, no, that's a separate
That's
question.
a separate
And
question.
that's
That's a good
That's
question.
a real firm hell no, because I'm 46 years old,
And that's something
and
that
the things that I do are not separate from the other aspects of sex. So, like when you and I,
Speaking into existence.
not to each other.
have sex, it's not just going to be wham bam, thank you ma'am. There is going to be some spanking and some toys and some nipple play and a bunch of other things and some kissing. So all of that. And so if you say to me, I'm not interested, I'm not down with all that leather shit. I'm like, well, then keep it moving.
It's a deal breaker.
So because that is an integral part of who I am. I have invested too much money. Let's just start with the money that I have invested into living this lifestyle and for being my authentic self without feeling. Then other people are like, oh, well, you like fisting? Oh, I can't get down with that. And then they start judging you. It's like, well, girl, then keep it moving because I can't even be bothered.
And I mean, everybody has you have your limit of what you can and can't accept. And when you start talking about relationships, you generally start attracting people that are into similar things. So I've had people that have approached me and I've had conversations with them. They're like, well, and I'm like, listen, you're on the fence right now. Come back later, and then later on they're like, okay, well, I tried this, and I was like, well, really? Like, okay, well tell me what you did, and so after conversation, it was really like
everybody
you were really into this.
So they're gonna post it on the website that they like this stuff.
So
like when you get to meet a person, and then you find out that they like this other stuff, like me personally, I would try it if I really like the person.
Okay, so for me, I will say this. I always knew that I liked different things. When I went to my first Onyx event and didn't even know it was an Onyx event, it opened my eyes and broadened my horizons to another level.
Real wide.
Thanks to my big brother. Now, however,
when I first saw you, I said, "Oh my!"
And I learned so much about myself that I knew that was there, but I did not know. And I welcomed what I've learned about myself, and I'm at a place and a point that I'm not turning back.
Right.
So, hold on. I just say this for me. I don't care if I'm dating you and I tell you I'm a part of this organization, this is what I do and what I enjoy. If you cannot get on this boat and roll with me, baby, jump. Because I'm gonna keep rowing.
Right.
And
because I'm not gonna deprive who I am and my authentic self anymore for anybody.
Right.
And that's just from my past journey. You know what I mean?
And he mentioned his first Onyx event, which was, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this shameless plug. So it was MAL because my first.
It was
Code. But then for some of us, it may have been MAL, which is coming out Martin Luther King weekend. We also have the Gear Show January 13th, which is an Onyx Gear Show.
And host hotel.
Wait a minute, hold on. So we do have the Gear Show. The Gear Show is actually we will donate. We have live models that are on stage. We have generally had a porn star or several porn stars or three model in the show, but all the proceeds are going to go to the Community Cares Project in Baltimore. So last year we raised
$4,000.
Yeah, $4,000.
My line raised the most.
And every year, and every year, each line tries to outdo in a very friendly, friendly way. But we also have other events where we try, as mentioned before, that we're community based, try to give back to the community. We have Code Red, which is coming up, and that is in March. And it's going to be March the 24th. We also have Iniquity, which is our annual Halloween gathering, and that is actually coming up next year in October.
October 27th.
Yes. And so we have all these events, so we invite people because, again, our motto is educate, explore, and empower. We want people to come to these events so they can actually see and learn and find out and answer or get some answers to some of these questions because you'll be able to see things. I remember even having a conversation with The Anomaly about coming on and doing like demos and stuff, and that's great. But for me, I look at it administratively. As VP right now and soon to be president, that the demos on live and on this, I'm not here for that.
Right.
No.
Well, because it turns us into a spectacle.
I am here. We're all here living our lives, and our lives are not spectacles. Right. Of course. And on top of that,
I'm spectacular, but I'm not a spectacle.
And on top of that, should there be something that was not discussed or not talked about or unknown that happened on camera. No, that's not an option.
Right.
We will forever have the organization, we will respect the organization and have try to keep it in a very good light, which is what it is, and we all feel very passionate about that because although we are all part of this organization, we are all family, we're all friends. We laugh and joke about stuff. We've cried together, laughed. Well,
share some intimate moments.
We have certainly cried.
We certainly cried. So I mean, and there's so many of us that it just happens all the time. So we're very particular about that. But that was the end of my shameless plug. So
now, brief explain any one of you the.
I'm sorry. Make sure you go to the Onyx website, which
www.onyxma.com.
And we're on Tumblr as well as Facebook and Instagram.
onyxma.tumblr.com. Our Instagram is onyx.ma. Twitter is @onyxma, and our website is facebook.com/onyx-mid-Atlantic.
Right. And you can find each one of us by our names. I'm Epic Onyx and
Orion.
Yes.
Dominion.
And you can also find me on my website, which is domonyx.com.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, sorry. Finish with
Briefly explain the difference, I guess, in becoming a member and an associate. Because even though someone may constantly come to your event, they would automatically say, "Oh, I'm a member now." You know, and that may not be the case. You know,
and they do, but no, they do.
Right, so that's
they
why I want you to to
and,
explain
and
that.
So we are a fraternity. So if you want to become a brother, you have to pledge.
Right.
And although we are men of color, mostly black, but we do have men of other ethnicities. We have we have Latino men and Asian men, Asian Pacific Islander in the organization, but we follow a pledging mode, but it's not like college pledging. So you'll only get spanked if that's something that you are interested in exploring. But it's really a 4 to 5 month process of becoming educated about the history of the leather community, the history of men of color in that community, and you are provided certain academic and experiential opportunities to engage in certain kinks. So academic means that some of the things that we'll talk about, we'll just talk about. Some of the things we'll probably just talk about fisting. We probably won't have an actual fisting experience. But spanking, flogging, but maybe because we actually will be having actual live demos as part of those. Now the demos are not with the pledges. That's something that they can watch.
And they will learn from.
And if you want to be and that membership is open to people who identify as gay or bisexual men of color. And the emphasis is we say people because we do not just seek or accept cisgendered men. So again, if you identify as a man of color or gay or bisexual man of color, then you are welcome to pledge this organization. Now, associate membership is open to any human being, regardless of your gender identity or sexuality or color/ethnicity. So it's a different but no less important class of membership that we extend for a couple of reasons. Sometimes they're just other people in the leather community or the leather kink fetish community who want to associate with us because of the positive work that we do in the community. Sometimes people come to us and they're brand new in their leather journey. And associate membership provides an opportunity for them to learn and then position themselves to pledge later. Because the end result of the 5-month period is that while you have also gone through and gone further down the road of your own journey, the goal is to do this. This is our mission. This is helping someone who didn't understand about his kinks and fetishes. And if you aren't far enough along on your own journey, then you can't help us do this. So, we often get people who are like, well, I have zero experience. Well, baby, then you can come to our events, and that's cute and everything. But we need you to be able to be an advocate for the organization. And that's really what the pledge process is about. It teaches you how to be an advocate. Because, like, when Orion came to his first event, listen, look at him. Look at this puddle. Look at this face.
I mean, I like my things. When I seen some stuff, I had no idea.
Right.
I
and
was
you
very
have to
green.
be able to explain things to people, and you have to be able to explain things that you aren't into. So, people always say, well, I'm not into scat. But there are people who are, and there are black people, there are Latino, there are Asian people who are into it, and you have to be able to talk. What?
No.
But you have to
can't yuck nobody's gender.
Right, but that's a word. People say that shit all the time, but then it's in their facial expression and in the way that they talk about it. So if someone comes up to you and says, "I'm into scat," that's your business. And I won't even say, "Oh, well, that's not my thing." I will say, "Well, here's some resources for you. Why are you into it? What is it that you get out of it?" Because people like different. It's weird we went on this whole tangent about it, but people like different things about any fetish, and you have to be educated enough to lead them in the right direction. Because in our community, in black communities, in Asian communities, and Latino communities, these aren't things that are talked about. These are taboo. Yeah. So these people are coming to you, and they are being raw with you.
And vulnerable.
They're being vulnerable with you, and if you say the wrong thing to them, that could fuck them up for years to come. So even if it's not your particular thing, you have to be able to say it to them and lead them in the right way. Without them, you have to lead them with that dignity, and that's what this organization is about.
So do any of you guys have feet fetishes?
We do.
I know my fetish is feet. I like feet.
I love
feet.
Love feet. I only like feet to the extent that other people are ticklish and don't like their feet played with. So like I had an ex who didn't like his feet played with. So when I was fucking him or fisting him or doing whatever, I would suck on his feet because that was a power thing for me to hold him down and tickle him or play with his feet or whatever.
I'm more into the sensual side of it, the sensuality.
Right, because people, and that's the whole thing. People could say they're into a foot fetish, but there's different reasons why people are into a foot fetish.
The way that the foot look.
Good, because I was about to say,
So for me, I tried to explain this before to someone else, or something else we were doing. But most men do not show their feet.
Right.
And for me, like I will look at men and I'm like looking at their face and I'm like, I wonder what their feet look like. Like, do they take care of it? Like, do they, I swear.
I do the same thing when people post their socks on Facebook and Instagram, like sock of the day, and their foot is like, I just like, oh, they have pretty.
Like, I wonder what their feet look like. Then I'm wondering, like, is it soft? I'm like, do they take care of it? Like, are the nails good? Like,
every 2 weeks.
Are the nails brown? Are they white? Are they clear? Like, then I start thinking, like, well, does it have a little bit of an odor? Does it not have an odor? I don't know. Like, these are some of the things I think about. I mean, but again,
I'm trying not to yuck nobody's show.
But again, these are some of the things.
Still stick it in your mouth. Then.
No,
it depends. It
If it don't stick,
I have a criteria.
Well, listen,
it ain't got no bunion on it.
So listen, let's be clear.
I have a bunion. My toes still get licked.
I'm gonna say, let's be clear.
They still
smell
hurting.
Or a scent. Every human being on this planet has a scent.
I know.
Right.
Every foot on this planet has a scent. So the issue is, it's not the scent or the smell of it, it's whether or not it turns you on. So I had someone that told me a long time ago, like, oh my God, he was like, come by my house. He's like, but don't take a shower. Like, I really love you, musky, when you come in.
That turns me on.
I was like,
yes, that's
so
hot.
at first I was like, musky?
That's
musky?
sexy.
I smell like roses. Like, what?
You're right. How dare you?
Tell me I smell like. Then I was like, wait a minute. I had to get into it because I met somebody that I was like, I love sniffing everything about you from the head to your toe. Like, I was here for.
Yes.
I was here for you jumping out of the shower, and I could smell the hair. Like, I was here for
from
all
work.
of that. So even with feet, when you talk about it, there's a scent to it. Okay, I'm good with that. It just depends on what it is.
Like I've had toes in my mouth before, so.
I mean, that is a minimum that I need you
He's
to do.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I like a toe.
That's
Like,
generic.
I
That's so
toes are
generic.
nice, and I love giving massages. Like, I will give you the mad beat down. Like, that was my thing. Like,
Beat
back
down
in the
on
day.
a foot?
No, that was my thing back in the day where, like,
that's not a good
like if I was,
massage.
talking to somebody online, like,
Come on, we give him a massage.
I'm giving my hand.
You low key sexually assaulting him.
Not really.
I'm not saying, but that was like, come on, let me give you a massage. Listen, I've done that. Like, let me give you a massage. Listen, my foot, my fingers in your butt,
and you can already see that, like, they like what I was doing. Then I knew I did my job right.
So to bring this back to the hanky codes, so like I have So, all right, where are we gonna go?
Yeah, there's several.
Black. So black is heavy S&M. So that's me. Gray is bondage, and maybe some of these are basic. Light blue, wanted.
Yeah, I mean, so
Who doesn't
yeah,
want
I mean, there's some things that I feel. But there's some things that you feel like. So orange is one of these. One of the
That's
colors.
the go-to for
that's
everything.
Like
Orange means anything goes, but for me, it really means that I don't have time to wear a black
colors.
hanky and a gray hanky and a red hanky and a.
I like
so
it for
it's
accessorizing.
easier. Well, orange is my favorite color, but it also happens to be, representative of not so much that anything goes, because I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
It just means that I have so many fetishes and kinks that I'm actually good at that it's easier just to wear the orange hanky and just keep it like that.
And everybody's at a different point because although we are the same age, his experience as far as within the kink and fetish side of it is a little bit more in depth than mine. So I don't necessarily feel 100% comfortable wearing orange because I'm like, okay, yeah, I know about this or I've done this before, but I'm like, I'm not.
And see, but that's also a bit of a. So I get exactly what you're saying.
That's my.
But
that's my.
For me, I'm only orange in the things that I'm good at. So if you come to me with something that I don't know, I'm still gonna be like, oh.
Well, no. I mean, again, I'm saying in comparison, just
right.
In comparison to mine. I have a one-sided dossier, whereas some people have like a 3 or 4 page dossier. About
Google, man.
So yeah, and I mean, we mentioned it before. He is a founder of this chapter, but let me also be clear, and I'll speak up all my brothers. Some people are known for certain things. And so if you are in this area and you are into kinks and fetishes, and specifically you are into any sort of spanking or flogging.
And toys. And toys.
And toys.
The only person I.
And nipples.
Only person I.
So this man right here is like, if you need to start where you want to go, you need to start.
And you want to end with a new journey at the end and a different look.
You will start right here. So
I'm just keeping it real.
Right. But now that doesn't mean that
water sports. We're starting you water sports.
And that doesn't mean that there are not other brothers that are into stuff that are really good, because we have other brothers that are into fire play, other brothers that are into single tailing, which is like a whip, rope play, bondage. I mean, everybody's into lots of different things, but specifically
certain things.
Someone tried.
And did you have to be like, look,
I'm
cut
sorry.
it out?
So, let me back up. So you're talking about just in general, you're talking about in a sexual thing?
In a, like a situation where you went in and they like tied you down and they was like,
it doesn't happen like that. That's
well, it doesn't. I mean, it
can
happen
like
that because it happened. My former slave liked to, I just do whatever, and I loved it.
But it depends on what.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends, because some people specifically like the physical. Some people like gut punching. Some people like to have their gut, like I punch you in the gut. Some people like to have. Some people like to have. They participate in CBT, which is cock and ball torture. So they literally like their balls like either stepped on or crunched or kicked or pulled or yanked or beat.
People that got them like electrocuted before.
That is part of CBT.
So I mean, it just kind of depends on. So when you say beat down, I mean that's a very broad term. You got to be a little bit more specific.
I know my limit.
So we got like a couple more minutes left before we let you guys give out your social medias. Do you have any questions for anything? Nothing's off limits for me. You can ask me anything.
You can ask me anything.
So on January 13th, you all are coming. Are you modeling for us for the gear show?
I think I should.
MAL.
I think it would be a great way to actually talk about this show.
If you give him the information, give it to me. The more I know, the easier my answer will be.
What I really want to know is, are you coming to the play party after?
Yes.
When?
That weekend.
The more information you give him, he gives me, easier my answer will be.
That was
I'm
not
talking
the question.
to you.
I don't know about no play party.
He's going to give it to you.
He's telling you that there's a play party.
Well, I'm going to give it to you
during MLK weekend.
I won't be here.
Is that January 11th?
I'm in Atlanta.
Like
That weekend.
The date of the gear show.
Oh, you'll be hoeing in it. Listen, he's going to be.
It's
Gonna be,
business.
listen, like Midnight in the Garden, the good and evil. Like everybody gonna talk about that, the girls pouring down there in Atlanta at your little ball.
It's business. I don't do balls. Not those kinds.
I'm about to say, really?
Not those kinds.
Oh, that's
So any questions?
So you're trying to come to the play party later.
Forever. Sorry, go ahead.
Question. You've been quiet. What kind of
So
questions
you're right.
you
So
got?
you all haven't really talked about your fetishes. What are your
like,
fetishes?
So I know you don't like toys, and you've tried some, and then you said you don't have any. But like, what? So
Well, I haven't tried a lot of toys, so I would say
let's start on this side.
Yeah, it's the shy one in the corner.
We know you like feet.
And there's other things I'm quite sure. I think he's on.
I would, for me, nipple play.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I would say nipple play. I tried that at you guys' event. I just answered that and said no. Pay
Not yet.
attention. I said no earlier.
Come back.
The rope. I like that so far. Open to learn more.
Okay.
Why
Now.
Not that open. No.
Okay.
I'm a nipple person all day. Like,
Really?
if you get my nipples, you get whatever you want.
Do your lips turn red?
Everything turns red.
Oh, and there you have it. And then
And back to you. Finish up with you.
Oh, and wax. I'm sorry.
You like
wax. Okay.
Wax
And
play.
wax. I love
Wax. So I
wax play is hot.
wax play is hot, literally. And I had
Yeah.
so I had my well, it wasn't my
Halloween.
first. It was my first experience with someone at Halloween. So yeah, it was
Halloween,
It
that was
fun.
hot.
It was fun.
It was very
It
exciting.
was fun.
I was like,
It was fun.
I want to be next.
The correct way. When I did it, I got burnt.
And the
Oh,
person
that's what it is.
So that was
And that
People don't know what the hell
That
it is.
was-
that
And
person,
shout out
Yeah.
to my brother to our brother in New Jersey who did
Links.
Links, who's like
Into
wax
fire
play
play.
phenom and
fire play and wax play.
Jump at Mike. His time's running now.
I'm totally down with the food thing. Like,
Food play.
yeah, I would do the food thing. I like nipples.
I got a brother for you. Chameleon. My
I
line
do
brother.
the food thing. But nipples, I don't mind being tied up.
Okay.
I haven't tried a lot of toys, so I'm not saying I wouldn't try a lot of toys.
I think if you play with the right person, I think you will like it.
I'm open to it.
Okay.
So, Michael, Dominion.
I'm already.
I'm here.
He's already.
I'm booking your
Scouting the
dossier.
room.
Yes.
I'm trying to, so.
And I'm building the basement out into the dungeon, so we're good to go.
Oh Lord, you have a sex dungeon.
Not yet, but I will.
Building.
Candy.
And I got a fuck machine that I'm buying, and we're getting it all that together.
And so, Kellen, use
I don't
your
mind
fetishes
watching that.
besides feet.
My fetish besides
watching
feet,
that.
Watch. There's no watch.
I mean,
There's
I-
participation.
So you like
I've never tried
voyeurism.
anything
Listen.
besides
Voyeurism.
feet. I will
That's a
do
kink.
food stuff.
That's a kink. Boys.
Whipped cream.
That's it.
Berries. What you want me to put some gravy on you or something?
No, man.
That
I
could be
don't-
hot.
Yes, I got
You
like
pour some
gravy.
gravy over somebody's booty and eat it
Yes,
up?
I'm here for that one.
Gravy?
I'm totally here for that
learning.
one.
That's what the whole thing. I'm up for
Okay,
learning.
okay.
Ain't gonna be-
Alright.
the last show that we had, everybody was like, "Oh, Kellen, you might have found your kink." You know?
So wait a minute. So in closing, we'll see you at the gear show modeling,
Right.
as well as the two of you modeling. So
It
And
depends
we
on
can-
what this modeling is. And
You wearing-
what is
All
it
you just need to do is say yes. We'll
if
take
I
care
was
of it.
here, listen. I got.
Oh, you're going to be whoring
No,
with the
he
girls
said
down
he's
in
not
Atlanta
gonna
too?
do
I'm not gonna.
Well, see,
I made a plan to go to Atlanta just with my friend,
No,
and
okay.
that doesn't live here. But
Gotcha.
So
Yes, I'll commit on the air. I'll be there.
all
I'll
right.
be there.
if I was here, I would come.
All right.
So that's on air. I'll be
I'll
there.
go with him.
So
Okay.
you.
So you're committing as well.
I know, right, Chloe? We're busy.
We're busy.
I
Don't
mean,
call-
damn.
girl,
she
we
done
busy.
called
Don't
like
call
6
back.
times.
But you know we online still.
Didn't he learn from last time?
So as I was saying, so you were saying you want to watch. So I have a haiku for you.
No worries.
There
We're
is
gonna be there.
there is no watch. There is only participate or get the fuck out.
There you
But
have
see,
it.
like,
Is
what
that
does
what
that
I
mean
feel?
when you say
Count it
participate?
out.
What does that mean?
Count
But
it out.
there is
Count it
voice.
out.
He
Count
just
it out.
doesn't like. He doesn't like that.
I don't. Well,
All right, guys, we gotta stop wrapping up.
not if you
Okay.
to our house.
Oh, well,
you
that's
come over to
So
work.
we got like 3 minutes left, so you guys
Okay,
individually go and give your social
Sure.
media where you can be found.
Okay.
I'm good.
So, start from me. So I can be found at Theo Stormonics
He's
on
a
Facebook.
DJ.
He's the DJ.
And
He is
and
our
I'm also,
resident DJ.
yes, I'm also the DJ. So you also follow me on Facebook and
And I
Instagram.
tried to follow you.
Hold on,
I
Kale,
didn't
let them
answer.
give their
I did answer.
I'm good.
And don't you have a monthly set?
Daddy's house.
That's still in the works, but yes,
Okay.
that's still in the works.
He has had a monthly set in the past at Green Lantern, and Theo Storm is our resident DJ, and you will see him at MAL.
Epic. Cool.
So Epic Onyx, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I believe they're all hooked up, so it's all Epic Onyx. So just find me. Yeah.
The founder.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dom Onyx. You can find me on Facebook Facebook.com/Dominion Onyx. My website is www.domonyx.com, and my Tumblr is thedomonyx.tumblr.com.
Come on, man.
What's that, my Vidster?
It's not my Vidster. It's X2.
X2, thank you.
And my screen name on X2 is Alex326.
Alex326.
I'm gonna add you so I can watch.
You don't have to. I mean, I want you to add me for a number of reasons, but you can see the videos for free. I still need to do some editing because I have like 40 or 50 hours of video to upload.
Damn, 40 or 50 hours. I would say.
Yeah, I've been collecting videos for like the past couple of years. You know, we got lots of scenes.
So you need to drop it.
Yes.
Beyonce and
Like it's
drop
hot.
that hoe.
All right, I added you.
Okay. Do you have your own videos?
Next week's show, the cast from Chapter 2 series, Larry, and his husband, and the whole entire cast. I am Michael G. Riggins. You can follow me at Michael G. Riggins on every single thing.
Be Anomaly, The Real Be Anomaly, Instagram, Twitter, and Brian Anomaly on Facebook.
I'm Instagram, MD.
Okay, go ahead.
But they didn't even know who he is. You gotta talk about
You
it.
irritate. I'm Michael on Instagram, MD Studios, MD like the doctor.
I'm Kellen. Y'all know me. It's my birthday this weekend, so anybody who's trying to party this weekend, I'm going to the mill.
What's your social media?
I'm gonna get to that.
You have 1 minute. I need you to wrap it up.
The mill. This Saturday from whenever y'all get there. And
you got 10 seconds.
Are you hosting?
Kellen and Kellen Bro on Facebook, Instagram, Calito1234. Thank you.
Thank you, Puddin'.